Hey guys, Legendary Ghidorah here today, and man oh man, 2021 has been fruitful with a lot of things in my opinion, especially Godzilla versus Kong. I mean, really, it's just been, wow, just been amazing here. So again, yep, as you guys can see, I did change the banter on my channel, so I hope you guys really enjoy that. So today we're here to talk about Zilla and why he's actually perfect for the Monsterverse. Not really just Zilla in general. I actually think the entire Godzilla the series monsters are actually perfect for the Monsterverse. I mean, we have Quetzalcoatl, who first appeared in Godzilla the series. Now, whether she looks like that or he, whatever gender they decide to pick, looks like in the Monsterverse, who knows? I really don't. We really don't know, and we really won't know until they please just reveal how these Titans look already. I mean, yeah, I love the concept art, at least by as you guys can see by my shorts here. But honestly, I want to see more Titans. I mean, really, Zilla by far would be the one of the most perfect original Titans here. His design, I mean, seriously, his design would probably be one of the easier Titans to make. Honestly, I think we should have did him instead of having Godzilla. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't hate me. I love the King of Monsters, but just think about it. Zilla actually was an American creation. This originally was the, well, American Godzilla, basically. Now, where would Zilla be based in terms of the Monsterverse? To be fair, I think New York City would be a very suspect place, and one you really want to notice a Titan being stationed there. I would actually have Zilla be stationed there, and Monarch would even be known about it. He's just been sleeping, been dormant for so many years. Zilla in the Monsterverse would actually be, in my opinion, 300 and maybe 32 feet, like this picture here. As you can see, I definitely agree with that picture. I mean, Zilla definitely would be 332 feet, a little close to 400 feet, maybe 390 feet, in my opinion, just to make him just like substantially tall and larger than life, okay? I mean, Zilla is literally would just be huge, massive, all right? Big enough to tackle monsters that are pretty much skyscraper level. I mean, he's tackled monsters that are much heavier than him and knocked them over. Talk about strength, am I right? So yeah, in my opinion, Zilla is definitely perfect for the Monsterverse. But what could he do? How does he change the Monsterverse as a whole? Well, again, we would have a subspecies of Godzilla here. Now, it's not confirmed whether subspecies actually exist in the Monsterverse. I actually used to think that subspecies exist, especially when Nazuki and Warbat were confirmed, and then they just changed it to fully Warbats, okay? So I was thinking Nazuki could be the original, and Warbat could be the subspecies that is capable of flight, okay? Now, again, Zilla could be a subspecies of Godzilla that evolved in the Americas, in the prehistoric age of America. Capable of more athletic speed. They're faster in the water, faster on land. They're capable of burrowing, which actually gives them an advantage over the Mutos. They're actually slightly stronger, as their strength is more contained than Godzilla. Godzilla really uses his weight to his advantage, while Zilla actually is able to use his strength in like short bursts of energy, and they have a lot more stamina. Now, in terms of his first movie villain, I would definitely have him beat Camazotz. Definitely have him beat Camazotz. Then I would have Camazotz pretty much kneel to him. Okay, that would be his first villain, or at least have Mutos like in the original. This means we could definitely see Camazotz versus Rodan down the road. Have Godzilla summon Rodan, have Zilla summon Camazotz, and then we get Camazotz versus Rodan. Something I think everyone wanted to see for a while, but we never got it. Now, in terms of his fight with Godzilla, again, a subspecies that's much more faster, much more agile. I would actually have Zilla move in pretty much like a blur kind of speed. You got something moving faster than the speed of sound in the air like Rodan, and you got someone moving faster than the speed of sound on the ground like Zilla. Literally Mach 5 running speed here. Now, these two would definitely go at it. I do think Zilla's burrowing skills would give him an advantage over Godzilla, But I do think Godzilla will probably be able to outsmart him eventually. Zilla's species would probably have a much higher intelligence. Like in the original, Zilla is one of the smarter kaiju out there. Actually extremely intelligent. Just like Kong level intelligence. Now, these guys would definitely, maybe team up in the future. I would definitely have them fight against the likes of Muto Prime. I think Muto Prime is a perfect villain for these two, considering they are both subspecies. They would both produce the same amount of radiation. If not, Godzilla has more radiation than Zilla because one, Zilla's more athletic. He's a lot more built than Godzilla. I mean, Godzilla is pretty much more muscular, but Zilla is like, you know, he's more athletic. He's got the athletic build, while Godzilla pretty much has that bodybuilder type status. All right. So Zilla's basically like the track guy. Godzilla is the more wrestle, WWE type build. All right. Now, in terms of his atomic fire, I would have his atomic fire being much more effective than Godzilla's atomic breath. Godzilla's atomic breath will pack the punch, while Zilla's atomic breath will pack the heat in combination with the force. And it would have a side effect. The side effect is it sets its opponents on fire. Now, you might say, what do you mean by that? Well, I would call it the leech effect. Now, the leech effect is when someone attacks that opponent or has an attack that pretty much stays on the opponent and affects them over time. Pretty much like a bleed effect. For example, Wolverine's claws, right? Bypass the durability of a lot of characters. And there are actually weapons in Marvel and DC that neg healing factors, meaning they pretty much bypass through that and allow that opponent to bleed out. Basically, that kind of leech effect here. Now, Zilla would definitely be able to... You know what? Nah, I'm not gonna... Nah. I think in a prequel or maybe even a middle comic in something like Godzilla Dominion or Godzilla Aftershock, I would definitely have Zilla interact with other titans like Sekhmet, Yamato no Orochi, Baphomet, Abaddon, okay? I would actually have him patrol his waters. He and Godzilla have a mutual respect for each other as to not go into each other's territories. As Godzilla has pretty much the Tokyo through over territory, Godzilla pretty much has the American and South American territory. When Godzilla shows up in, South America, Zilla's already there, pretty much quelling the Titans. It's basically like a shared kingship between the two, as they are pretty much similar species. It'd be like two kings. I don't know if that's actually in some societies, but it definitely be like two kings here. So basically, Godzilla can patrol and pretty much, he gets the alpha status. Zilla is basically the enforcer of that rule. Basically, that's what I mean. You have the king, and then you have the right-hand man to the king. That's basically what Zilla's role would be in society. If they don't obey, Godzilla, Zilla puts them in check, or Godzilla gets to them. It depends on who gets to who. Zilla obeys Godzilla, or, Zilla enforces Godzilla's rule, but he isn't afraid to fight Godzilla if he gets out of line. Speaking of out of line, I definitely see Zilla and Godzilla going into conflict during a Godzilla versus Kong thing. It'll probably be one of the first few fights in the series where Zilla actually, where Zilla and Godzilla do go at it until Godzilla has to explain his point of view on why he senses King Ghidorah, and that's when Zilla leaves him alone. As for Titans he interacts with Godzilla Dominion, I would definitely have him interact with, Amalok. I definitely would have him interact with Amalok, definitely after the Behemoth fight, giving Amalok, definitely give Amalok something to do. Not sure what Amalok can do for the environment, but it is nice to see that he has a ancient rivalry with Behemoth, and that was squashed by Godzilla. So yeah, it is pretty impressive to see that Amalok has that kind of stats. I would have him actually interact with Quetzalcoatl, maybe fight Quetzalcoatl like in the original movie, and just to show that Zilla can definitely pounce on an aerial monster like in the series, all right? I mean, he's done it so many times. It's actually been shocking. He's pounced on Quetzalcoatl in the series. He's pounced on flying monsters. that literally can move at hypersonic speeds, faster than Mach 5. And in the Monsterverse, it'll be faster than Mach 33. So imagine how fast Zilla is literally moving. He'll break the sound barrier just by a jump alone, you guys. I mean, geez, just imagine that. Imagine a monster that's 332 feet tall, weighs around 65 to 90, probably 70,000 metric tons, jumping at something faster than the speed of sound, literally at Mach 33 speed. But that's all for today, guys. Please comment down below, like and subscribe, and share with your friends. This is Legendary Ghidorah, and I hope to see you guys later for another video. Peace.